Hi, hope everybody's good today. I'm excited to be here. It's Sunday morning. We got a little drizzle going here in Nashville. It's going to be a high 76. Right now it's about 61 or 2 degrees outside. I hope everybody's having good weather. You know, the spring flowers always change your mood, don't they? You know? And I thought about the flowers. They don't worry about blooming. They just turn towards the sun and go. Maybe sometimes we should do that too. Just turn towards the sun and go. So the first question today is from Stephen Davis. Hey, Stephen. He says, I came across an article about performance coaching. After doing a little research, it seems to be a new type of coaching. Have you ever dealt with a performance coach? What does it actually involve? How does it differ to what our current coaches offer? Thanks. So really, performance coaching has its origins in the Harvard Business Review. By the way, that's a great magazine. It's the best business magazine I know of. But anyway, it's just a more organized approach than you might see from an executive coach. But if you look, and by the way, my honorary doctorate is in life coaching. But anyway, if you just Google performance coaching, you'll see that it doesn't differ much, Stephen, from what you and I are doing. You know, it follows a little different format, but it sets goals, it puts in timelines, it checks in on activity, and basically it's the same, you know. Next, this is from Anisa. Hi, Anisa. I guess you're in Nashville this weekend. How can I add value to someone of high caliber? Real life example, I'm going to see Sharon Lechter and we will bond and she will provide lots of value to me and I would like to do the same for her, but don't know how to add value to her life. Well, what are basic needs for human beings and how do we add value to their life? It's an excellent question. And so these are the things that people need or that they want. One is they want recognition and appreciation for what they do. That comes up number one all the time. And so you can enhance people's life by giving them recognition and giving them praise for what they contribute, right? And secondly, we like encouragement. We like people to tell us that things are going to be okay. It's nurturing. We all want to be nurtured, and you can do that verbally as well. So those would be two good starts. And why do it just with Sharon Lechter? Why not do it every day with every person you meet? You know, smiles are to people like sunshine is to flowers. And we can all enhance other people's lives and the people around us by recognition and by encouragement, by nurturing. These are things that are free to give away. So good question. And I hope you had a good time here in Nashville this weekend. Next question is from Carruthers, Carrington. When it comes to sales, are there any tips, techniques, or selling systems or steps that help you learn to be better, smoother with it? Her description is she's a commercial product photographer who helps product-based companies at any stage manage their photography needs for e-commerce, marketing, social media, etc. I feel like I'm very choppy on the initial sales side and want to learn more to make it more fluid to ideally be more successful in the long run. So I've spent my life trying to get better at sales, Carrington, and I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and I'm still finding out new things all the time. And so for me to answer it in this little snippet of time that we have in our whole lives is be pretty presumptuous of me. But we have Pro Code Sales, 10 hours of video on how to get better at sales. There are lots of great books out there. Boxcar Millionaire is one of them that I wrote. Another one is The Greatest Salesman in the World. And Zig Ziglar, The Secrets of Closing Sales. All these books and videos can help you get better. And then hire a sales coach, you know. That's what I do for people in the I still call it the tribe. That's what I do for people in AO. And there are other sales coaches. You don't have to hire me, but you know, you get a personal trainer, you get a nutritionist, you go to school to learn how to do things differently, But for some reason, when it comes to life coaching or sales coaching or executive coaching, we think, oh, we don't need that. But the truth of the matter is we'd all get better with coaching. And although at this moment in time I don't have a coach, I have had a coach for over 18 years at different points in my life. Okay? So the next question is from Kristen. She says, what do I do when a client has not paid the remaining balance from a project completed over 2 months ago? She has a commercial copywriting business. She completed the website copy for the client, got paid 50% up front, but the person hasn't paid the other 50%, and she does not answer my direct messages or emails. Well, you might pick up the phone, okay? That'd be one thing, and call them on the phone and leave them a polite message, suggest a payment plan for them, suggest that you want to help them. You understand that people go through financially challenging times, but you have bills to pay and you did the work and you would like to get compensated for that, okay? So, we all have issues with collections if we're in the B2B business world. One of the reasons my partner said that we would build our business around banks was because that's where all the money is. And in my history with banks since 1984, you do the math, we have never had a bank that stiffed us on a bill. Oh, they've questioned bills and they've challenged, bills, but we've never had a bank who said, hey, we're just not going to pay you. And so that's the advantage of banks. But in your world where you're working with entrepreneurs and probably solopreneurs, then you're going to have to, arrange payments sometimes. And if they stiff you, I'm sorry, they stiff you. You can always blow up their house. You can always put sugar in their car, tank of gas. You can always slice their tires or leave a stink bomb on their door. But in the ethical method of collections, there isn't much you can do but just be persistent and try to work something out with them, okay? So, here we go. This is from Nancy. Hey, Nancy. She says, what would be great scripts for selling jewelry to retailers? Okay, so Nancy, I wrote your scripts for selling jewelry to retailers, and so those should be in your hand or coming to you very soon. My assistant was out for almost 2 weeks. She had some surgery, but anyway, she didn't recover well. But anyway, that should be coming to you. But in general, I want to emphasize that you should have scripts. And these are the scripts you should have. A phone approach. Hi, my name's Nancy. I work with Nancy Lopez Jewelry. Are you familiar with us? Well, they say no or yes, it doesn't matter. The reason I'm calling is to set up a brief meeting by phone or in person to introduce you to my jewelry and my concepts. Would you have some time on Tuesday, say 9 or 11? And that is basically the phone approach. Then you'll have objections. We wouldn't be interested. I can certainly understand that. I think most people feel that way when I call them. However, what they've found is they just don't have enough information to know whether they'd be interested or not. As I mentioned, I'm just trying to set up a brief meeting by phone or in person to introduce my product and services. Would you have some time on Wednesday, say 1 or 3? Okay? And so you get the idea. The reason you have a script is so you sound very confident when they give you the objection, and you sound very confident overcoming the objection. And so once you get these scripts, you're going to have to read them out loud about 50 times before you try them. 50 times before you try them, so that you're familiar with the words. And then the beauty of the phone script is that you don't have to look at anybody while you give it. You can actually just read it right off the page. And that's what we have our salespeople do. They just read it right off the page. Doesn't sound like it's read because they're familiar with it, and they add enthusiasm to it, okay? Next, and maybe this is the last question. Ashley says, should I do Groupons or Facebook ads? Now, she's a residential and commercial cleaning company. She's done Groupon in the past, and it generated about $400 a week for me in revenue. However, Groupon took 17% of the already discounted sale. then some of those became regular clients that I was able to upsell. I'm green when it comes to running my own Facebook ads, and the quotes that I've gotten from Facebook ad experts are a little out of my budget and only a lead, as Groupon already sells the lead. Yes. So Facebook ads are good, you know. You should get with a professional to use them. You don't have to spend that much in order to find out whether or not they're good, right? The second thing, what was I going to say? Oh, the second thing is that I've never worked with Groupon, but if it generates business for you that you're able to upsell, it sounds like that's a pretty good deal. And once you have your infrastructure in place, in other words, the ability to do more cleaning jobs, then you should do more advertising in order to get results. Now, if you advertise and you don't get results, stop spending the money on advertising, right? And I've had a lot of success with cleaning companies that put somebody on the phone to call building managers, contractors, and people that are in control of the cleaning for these commercial buildings, and setting appointments with them, and then either meeting with them in person or by phone to describe the work that you would do, then going out and doing an estimate on the building, and then closing the sale. So I think this is a good business. I think it's a business you can build up pretty big, but you do have to have prospects, and those will either come by direct phone calls, email, messaging, or from leads generated from advertising, right? Okay, good. So that is all of the questions that I was given for today. And so we have a short live session. I might just say this, that May is almost over, and that means, you know, we only have 7 months left in the rest of the year. So if you've been waiting to do something, the time is over to be waiting to do it. Now is the time. Today is the day. Write it on your heart. Today is the best day of the year. Now go sell something.